Let me start by saying that I've seen spirits everywhere I've lived, but I've never ever seen spirits like these. It took place around 2016 in Oklahoma City. I'm originally from California, and I packed mine and my children's bags and moved out to Oklahoma City to live with their dad, who moved out there with his mum. I had no family or friends that lived out there, so it was a huge change in my life. Oklahoma City was the most beautiful state I've ever seen. We were living in a 2-bedroom house that was perfect for us. Now, I usually know if there's any paranormal activity in the house, and when we moved in, I didn't feel anything at all. I was actually relieved that I finally moved in a house that was spirit-free. My daughter, who was 4 years old at the time, started to tell me about a guy named Robert. At first, I didn't really pay attention to her because I figured she was young, and kids her age make up imaginary friends. Every night, she would scream her head off and cry out to me. It would make me jump up and run to her room, and when I would go in there, she would cry and tell me that Robert was scaring her. I would have to lay with her until she fell asleep. There was a time I actually fell asleep in there with her, and I had a dream. I saw a huge black shadow standing outside their room in the doorway, and I heard it saying and asking me who I was. What was I doing in there? I wasn't allowed in there? I answered it and told it that I had every right to be in there. It belonged to my kids. I started to ask my daughter about Robert, because after that dream of mine, I started to think that this Robert business was something more frightening. I asked who Robert was, and she told me that he sometimes comes out of their closet at night. She told me that Robert was nice, and that he is always telling her not to be afraid of him, and that he wasn't there to hurt her, but to protect her. I asked what he looked like, and she said that he was a white man that was bald, and his clothes were very dirty. When she told me that he was there to protect her, I was a little confused, because why would she scream for me in the middle of the night, saying that Robert was scaring her? This started to happen almost every night, and I even told my husband at the time that I didn't want my kids sleeping in there because they were having nightmares. He told me that they're kids and they watch too many scary movies, so our poor kids had to sleep in that room.